Hello and welcome. In this video we will see how to buy an used computer for online learning. What we will see in this video, we will see the common computer specifications to look for, where to buy the computer from, and what to check when buying. A computer could be a PC or laptop. What's the difference between the two? The PC usually has a bigger box, therefore hardware upgrades are easier. You can buy a bigger monitor and it's easier to get more powerful computers because a box is big, which is good for gaming. Laptop, on the other hand, hardware upgrades are possible. I say possible because there are some laptops which are not easy to open and repair. Therefore, it's not as easy as a normal PC. Laptops are good to carry with you to places. On gaming laptops are available. However, the PCs have bigger box, so you can have a bigger graphics controller with cooling. So gaming laptops cannot compete with gaming PCs. So my preference is laptop. Why? Because laptop is easy to carry it with you. It has battery. So if you are traveling or you are in a train, it's easier to use the laptop. Buying a computer is like buying a car. What do you look out for when you buy a car? You want to check what is the engine power, the seating, the mileage, how old the car is, how much will be the maintenance costs, what would be the resale value, and so on. Same way, when you buy a used computer, you want to know what is the processor, how much is the storage or hard disk, how much is memory or RAM, how old is the computer, is it repairable, upgradable. I don't put anything on the resale value because normally the electronics items value goes down with time. So what are the major specifications to focus on? There are basically 4 things you primarily focus on. That's screen size, memory, processor, and storage. We will see some details about each of these parameters. The screen size for a laptop, typically you get laptops with 13 inches, 14 inches, 15 inches, as well as bigger and smaller. My preference is for the 13, 14 and 15 inches because the bigger ones take more power and smaller ones then it's harder to see and use. Next, the processor. In the processor world, there are mainly 2 companies, Intel and AMD. Just like how a car manufacturer has different models, the processor companies have different models. In Intel, i3, i5, i7 are newer ones. Pentium and Celeron are older. Therefore, I recommend to go for i3, i5 or i7 processors. If you are on tight budget, Pentium is okay. Celeron probably is too slow. Therefore, do not go for it. Same way in AMD, Ryzen processors are the newer ones and there are others. It's good to get Ryzen ones. Only if you do not have much money, you look for a laptop which has older AMD processor. The memory or random access memory may come in 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes. There are bigger as well as smaller. It's usually good to get 8 GB or 16 GB. Bigger is good. 4 GB you go for it only if you are on a tight budget. Do not get a smaller one than 4 GB, because then the computer is going to be too slow. Storage, there are mainly two types of hard disks: the solid state drives and normal hard disks, the SATA drives. The solid state drives come in different sizes: 256 gigabytes, 500 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, and bigger. Any size is fine for online learning. So even if you get 256 GB, go for it. SATA again comes in 256 GB, 500 GB, and even bigger. You go for SATA only if you have less money. You can go for SATA, which is good. However, solid state drives have better performance. Here is an example configuration for online learning. Notice the screen size. 1920 into 1080 is a full high definition resolution. If you get a laptop or computer with this resolution, it's good. In this example, the processor is Core i5 8th generation. Now in 2020, I believe we are in the 11th generation of Intel processors. 8th generation should be around 2017 and 2018 release. Memory 8 gigabytes is good. Storage 256 gigabytes is enough for online learning. Now an example config for gaming. Notice the processor. It's a 7th generation Intel processor. HQ is higher cores or threads. The HQ is higher cores and threads than the U processor, which is more commonly available. Memory, bigger memory. Yeah, if you want to play games, better have bigger memory. Bigger hard disk. And notice this last one. This is an extra that you would need because this is a dedicated graphics card which will have its own memory and processor. Yes, this is especially important if you are playing high demanding 3D games like Ark or Rogue Company. What if you are on a tight budget? If you are on a tight budget, 4 GB RAM should be okay, but you run Linux instead of Windows or Mac OS. In fact, this exactly is what I did with my 4 GB laptop. With Windows it was unusable, too slow, but with Linux now I am able to use it for online learning purposes. Now a couple words on repairability. Whatever computer you buy, try to get the service manual from the manufacturer, because the service manual will contain information about what spare parts can be replaced. As an example, I go to the Dell website, look for the Latitude 5401 model and look for the documentation. It has a service manual. When I open it, as you can see, it has instructions on how to change the memory module, how to change the SSD hard disk, and so on. Such kind of a detailed service manual, it's a good indicator that the repairability of the computer is good. Another place to look for is this website ifixit.com. They have repair guides for a lot of computer models. You can go there and enter a model name and see if there are repair guides for that model. If there are repair guides, then it's a good sign that this computer can be repaired easily. ifixit.com has a laptop repairability scores where they analyzed some of the laptops and gave a score based on how easy it is to repair the laptop. In case the laptop you want to buy is listed here, check if it has a high score and avoid buying a laptop that has low scores like 1 and 2. My recommended type of computer is business laptop or desktop because they are more durable. Yeah, why business laptop or desktop? Because typically business laptops and desktops are designed for longer time use, better repairability and upgradability. For example, if you go to the Lenovo website and look at the different laptop types and the business laptop types, you can see it says built to last. As I said, the business laptops are intended for a long-term use. So this is why I recommend business laptops. Where to buy the computer? First, you ask your friends, neighbors, colleagues, WhatsApp groups, because people known to you may not lie to you as much as people that don't know you. You could go to a nearby computer store and look for refurbished or used computers. Refurbished is better because they are typically renewed once. The manufacturer or the computer seller has checked them and ensured that they are working fine. Therefore you prefer refurbished over normal used ones which are not refurbished. Another place to look for computers is websites like the Facebook Marketplace or eBay. Here you may find advertisements from people who sell their computers. So go and have a look and see if you find something good. What to check when buying used computer? I told you before that buying computer is like buying a car. You won't typically go see a car and bring it home, right? You would typically want to test drive the car to ensure it's running fine. Same way with buying computer also. A tip here is, if you do not have much knowledge on computers, take someone with computer knowledge with you to check the computer, just like how you would take a mechanic when going to buy a used car. Fine, coming back to the topic on what to check when buying. If it is a laptop, you use it without a power cable for 15-20 minutes, for example, to ensure that the battery is working fine. Check the different ports of the computer. Take a USB drive with you, connect it to the computer and see the computer is recognizing the USB drive. Connect network cable to the network port and see network is functioning. Take a headset with you, play music or video and see the computer is playing them fine. Check the system information. In Windows, you can use MS Info 32 to see information like operating system, processor, memory and so on. You can use the device manager to see the hardware connected to the system like webcam, hard disks, graphics cards and so on. And open different apps and check if the computer is not too slow. Open browser, office apps at the same time and use them for several minutes to see and ensure that the computer is functioning without any issue. If you don't know the seller of the computer, you may want to run extra tests by using some software apps to test memory performance, hard disk performance, processor and overall system performance. After purchase, I recommend to reinstall the operating system and update the BIOS. You will find instructions to update BIOS from the computer manufacturer's website. my recommendation is to install Linux instead of Windows or Mac OS, because Linux is more stable and does not put so much stress on the computer. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, press the like button. If you do not like the video, still press the like button and put a comment what you did not like. That will help me to improve. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.